In this training, we're going to learn how to create historical figure bots. By the end of the session, you will be able to create character chatbots in School AI or Magic School and provide them to your students so they can have conversations with historical figures or characters from a book. So these are the step-by-step ways on how to create the space for these bots. I'm using either Magic School or School AI. Um, I'm going to be providing these steps for these slides for you so that you can have them as well, and you can follow the different steps here. However, there is a template that it has been provided, so I will be going back and forth with the template and the slides to show you how we created the the character bot and how you are able to change it to your needs. So these are some of the best practices, pretty much like some tips and guardrails on how to create your space. Um, the first one says keep the persona's profile and source documents up to date to ensure accuracy. So if you're doing a like any type of historical figure or any type of biography, it is best to make sure that your whatever source you're using is accurate and it is up to date, especially if whatever you're doing or whoever you're using is things, or I'm sorry, like things change. So it's best to keep things up to date. It says phrase instructions clearly so students understand expectations. Configure guardrails to respond politely and redirect when needed. So, any type of misconceptions that you may think the students will have, it's best to configure these guardrails to ensure that those misconceptions don't happen. Or if they do happen to go off topic, um, these guardrails are there to help them kind of redirect to what they need to do. Use example dialogue snippets to model appropriate interactions and encourage reflective on topic questions that deepen learning. So, again, you are going to be provided with a template, and you are able to just kind of like edit to what you're doing. So, in this slide, we do have the if you click on the little boy, this little boy will take you to the bot that was already created um, as a sample. This folder, if you click on it, and which I will in a moment, it's going to have the article that was used to create the historical figure. You do have to have an article because the bot will generate based on the information from that article. Or of course, you can also scan and use the code to be able to sample it. So I'm going to come back here to this here. And if you notice, the chatbot template is linked. So it's going to bring us here to the template that is shown. So everything that is here, you have the introduction of how this template has been designed. It is designed to help educators set up engaging and educational chatbots to stimulate conversations with a specific character or historical figure. This can easily be used for the speaking portion of Telpas because it does have a speaking aspect to it. So you choose whichever historical figure you are wanting to for the students to learn about or to have a conversation with. A brief description of that character figure, any sources that you will use to get information for this bot. It could be a title, an article, a biography, any relevant website, encyclopedia, things that, of course, are fact based. Any of that could be inputted here, and so the bot will generate information from those sources. These are some guardrails and on-topic redirection that are available to kind of keep the students to be respectful and to keep it more geared to education and not kind of off topic. This is an example of dialogue snippets for redirection, so you are able to use any of these, edit or even add any more redirection. Kind of like, for example, if students start to use inappropriate language, the character will automatically say, I always appreciated conversations that remain civil and kind. Let's focus on my story or experiences. Is there something you'd like to ask about my life or decisions? You are able to change kind of how the historical figure answers it. So, this is why it's important to think of any misconceptions that the students may have before, or kind of think of, okay, how would a student try to make this funny or try to go off topic? And you can have that here. These are some conversation starters on how the chatbot can interact with the students, and then instructions for the educators. So here, this is I'm gonna go here to this School of AI. Of course, always use your Google account. So this is already, if you were to come back here to our slides and click on the little boy, it will take you to this page, which has already been created for you using this article. Give me 1 second. Using this article here that is based on Harry Potter. So this sample is based on Harry Potter here, and the information is on this article. So you would come here, you click on Remix, and here everything. This is the title, Conversations with Intent. This is a prompt, and everything that we show, or that I showed on this file here. Everything has already been added here for you. Any type of redirection, everything is there. You can add any standards. This is where you would put in your source. So this is a Wikipedia file that the character bot will get the information from, and any instructions, everything has already been here. So here you would just start the preview. Takes a little while. So it has, before we begin, this is a learning activity designed for K-12 classrooms under the guidance of a teacher. In this activity, I'll do my best to represent Harry Potter accurately, but remember that this is a learning activity emulating Harry Potter, and that while I'll attempt to represent him and verify facts before I respond, I may not provide a perfect recreation. Do you understand? It is the students that do have like text to speech, if struggling readers, it does speak that for you. Even students that have speech to text, they are able to speak their answers. So if I type in, yes, I'm ready, it will continue with a conversation starter to get the students started on interacting with the chatbot. So now it says, I'm Harry. If you're here to talk about my life at Hogwarts, my choices, or the things I learned fighting Voldemort, ask anything, pick one. And the students are able to speak it. They are able to speak it, or they can type it. Now, and it does go back and forth. It goes back and forth into different conversations. If you are ready to launch this and you're done, you can save and launch, and it's going to bring you to a space code which you're able to link for your students, or you can add the link to Google Classroom and have the students connect that way. So it's a pretty neat little bot to help the students. It helps them, learn about the historical figure and kind of have a conversation with them, AI wise. So that's pretty neat. Any questions or anything, please go ahead and let me know. Thank you so much.